Hello and welcome to Quassi's Bell Tower with your host, Quassi. And today we're going to make ships, but not any ordinary ships, magnetic ships. So let's get to it. So before we get started, with this video, I am also going to be using my AutoCAD program, which you guys will need the DWG TrueView program to do the printout for this to get it to the right size. I tried doing it on just a regular printer using programs. Maybe it's just I don't have the right program for it, but I can't seem to get it right. But I do have a JPEG file of this in case you don't want to download the DWG TrueView file. But anyways, just like last time, you have to go to www.autodesk.com and then have to click on all products, and then you will search for the DWG file in the search bar. Once it comes up, it'll probably give you two results. You'll click on the first one, and then you go ahead and download that. Pick your language and what Windows settings you're using or whatever else. And go ahead and install it, and then you should be good to go to use this file if you ask me for the draw file and not the JPEG. I can send you both of them, no problem. All you gotta do is go to Quassi's Bell Tower on Facebook and message me, and I can send it to you. So if you have downloaded the Autodesk DWG TrueView program, what we're going to do now is, if you've gotten the file from me, we will go over to what I call ships, and we'll click on that and open it up. And we'll probably open it up like this, and it won't show all the ships that I have designed on here. So I just go to extends, and it zooms right into it. And what we're going to do is we're going to print out the big ship. Now I'm just going to show you how to do one section of it, and then it basically will be for the other two sections also. So we are going to go to plot, click OK. We're going to pick our printer, which we already have our setup, and then we're going to go to what to plot, click on Windows, and then it should go right up to here. It should show a green box. You'll click there, and then you'll just scroll it down to this spot right here, and then click there. Now that is a 9 inches wide and 8 inches in length, and that's perfect. You can do a 9x9 too. It's just the inches, the inch is going to be a little short, but it'll still work for what you need it to. But anyways, you go ahead and click OK, and then it should print it out to the size you need. And then that is done, you'll go and do the same thing. Hit the plot, go to display window, click here, and then here to print out that section. And then you'll do the same thing here, where you'll click here, and then you'll click down to here, and it'll print those sections, and it'll come out to a nice 1x1 format for your D&D shipboard. One thing I forgot to mention when you're printing this out is you want to print this out on cardstock. You don't have to, but I think your best bet is to print it out on cardstock, and of course you can get that at any of your retail stores that carry paper or cardstock. So as you can see, it's in 3 pieces, and what we're going to do is I am going to use a paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut off where it's as close as I can, right to the line there. Still showing it, but cutting that off so I can cut off that excess. Same thing here, 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 and then I will cut the rest out with scissors, and that will be all we need to do before we glue this on to a foam core board. So there we are, all 3 pieces all cut out and ready to go. So we're gonna use some foam core board. This is the cheap stuff from the dollar store where you can peel off the sides. So what I'm gonna do, you don't have to, is I'm gonna peel it off because I'm gonna be using my wire cutter this time to try to cut this out. If you don't have a wire cutter, you can use an X-Acto knife. Just make sure it's sharp enough. And you can peel this off, or you can keep it on. It's your decision how you wanna do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this bad boy off, and then we will glue it on and wait for it to dry. Now I will peel both sides of this foam core because I don't want to have to deal with too much smell of burning paper when I'm using my wire cutter. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, now that I have it all set up on this board, now I could put it to the edge, but I have a little damage here and I don't want that damage there. But there it is, all put together. So what I'll do is I'll just use some Eileen's tacky glue and put it on the other side of this paper here. And then I will glue it down, and I will do that for each piece. And then I will put some weights on it to hold it down and let it dry for the night, and then come back to it tomorrow. I'm just gonna take some Eileen's tacky glue, put it on there, and what I'll have to do is probably spread this out quite a bit, using a brush or my finger, or however I wanna do it. And then put it on there. I wanna make sure it gets to the edge of it all. So now that is all glued down, we'll put some weight on it to keep it from coming undone and keep the seal of the glue on it really tight, and it'll keep it from warping or anything. And as you can tell, I play second edition. Yes, I've played fifth, I've played 3 and all those other ones, but I prefer my second over anything. It's where I started, and it's where my mindset is at. So now it is the next day, and the glue is all dried, and the books held the paper down nice and firm, so I have no wrinkles or any paper coming up at all. I could use my knife for this one, but I'm going to use my Peroxon on this project here. And now I did the bigger ship this time instead of the little one, because I've made the little one before, and I actually gave it to one of my DMs, because we seem to be always on a ship. So now we have a ship. But I'm going to do this bigger one, and it is going to be in 3 pieces. So here we go. Now that I'm done cutting out my ship, I'm going to go ahead and cut it in the sections. Now, what I should have done when I put this together is I probably should have gave this just a little bit of a gap so it would cut through without burning any of the paper, but that was my mistake, so I have to deal with it. But actually, it's cutting through it quite nicely, right between what little bit of gap there would be. And doesn't look like I'm really burning the paper at all, so that's a plus. So there's one section, and there will be 2, or actually 3. So now we have our 3. So now we've got our 3 pieces, and we're ready to do the magnets and nails. Now what we're going to use is just some wire nails. You can get these at any place that sells tiny little nails, hardware store, Walmart, you know, places like that. They're not very expensive, but all we're going to do is we're going to go magnet, nail, and we want to do that so if I wanted to, I could take this piece out and actually shrink the boat down to a smaller size if I wanted to. So that will work just perfect. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the nails in these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them right here at the 1-inch spot right here, this first line, and I'm just going to push this through and try to center it the best I can in the foam, and just push it through. Actually, this will hold in there very well once you get it through. Just be a little gentle with it. And these nails should not come out. They should be pretty stuck in the foam, and when you use your magnets, it shouldn't pull them out. If it does over time, you just take some tacky glue, put it on the nail, stick it back in the hole, and let it dry. As you can see a little bit, and I'll admit that I did not keep it 100% straight. It did kind of force up probably through the foam and under the paper just a little bit. I noticed that right there. So that one is my bad. So like I said, not everybody is perfect. You're gonna make some kind of mistakes, but you just keep on doing your thing and it'll come out just fine. So I will do the same thing on the 1-inch line here again. And I will try to keep it as centered as possible. And it looks pretty darn good. Okay, so here we go. We got both of these boards, got their nails in them. They're all lined up nice and nice. So that's that. Now we're gonna use these magnets, and there's a whole bunch of them in here, and these are actually like 2mm by 1mm thick magnets, and they're very strong, and it will hold this with no problem. I could have went with a 3mm by 1, but the foam I know is only like maybe 3mm thick anyways. I'm not 100% sure, so maybe I should look that up. Well, actually this is 5mm thick, so 3mm would be just fine in there too, but we're gonna go with a 2 and it will hold just fine. Okay, so this is normally what I do, is I find a drill bit that's about as thin as that magnet or close to it, and I just kind of set it up with that line again, try to center it, and I just push it into the foam just a little, and I'm using the back side of the drill bit, and that's it. I just push it in there just a little bit. I don't want to go more than 1mm thick with the magnet. And this will help hold it in, because I am going to add some Eileen's tacky glue to it, and that will help hold that in. So then I'll just use some Eileen's tacky glue. Put it in those holes. Grab me some of these small little magnets and gently put them in that spot. Now they are definitely going to have to sit there and dry before you go and do any testing to see how well it came out. So give it a while. If you have to, wait till the next day. Eileen's tacky glue usually dries pretty fast. So here are the boards completely dried. Magnets are dried. Everything is dry on them. So this is it. Just 3 pieces. Bam. All completely done. There you go. Nice ship. Now my other suggestion before we call this a day is the foam did warp a little bit here and a little bit in the back. But overall it's really good. But I don't want to damage, as you can see, it is all black and dirty and everything else. So what I'm going to just use is some 12 by 12 chipboard. This is basically just cereal box stuff, basically. You can buy these. I think I got a 25 sheet of these for, I want to say $13 or something. But you basically use cereal boxes. So I'm going to use these. They're about, I don't know, 1 millimeter or 2 thick. And that's it. But I'm going to use these, cut these out. And then this will be officially done. Hopefully I can fit, I can fit 2 of them on one board and 1 on the other. So I will go ahead and just glue these on, press them down, let them dry, and then I'll cut them out and then it'll be officially done. So here it is, the final product. I have the cardboard on the bottom of each of these, and now you can have a 2 or 3 piece ship. And it is magnetized. Look at that. Now one thing I wanted to mention before this video is over is these are also stackable. You can store them, put them away. Don't take up much room at all. So there you go for your 3 to 2 piece magnetic ship tiles. Until then guys, remember to ring that like button like a hunchback. Until next time, guys.